Hello, wealthy family. How are you today? Thank you for coming in and sharing some time with me. I'm not going to be very long, but I just wanted to address something that's been heavy on my mind. I've been seeing a lot of we're in this together and safer together, but it's always kind of separate. We're in this together, but not on what it is that you feel is important on. See, when I think of somebody being in something with me or being together with something, I think of unison. I think of, regardless of whatever is happening, regardless of what you believe, we're on one page because you believe what I believe. You know what I know. You share the same values that I share. We're on the same conscious level, right? You ever heard somebody say, catch my wave, right? Catch my drift, where we're on the same frequency. And there's a lot of things that are being put in front of us that can make it seem like we are together, and we really aren't. It's causing more division. See, I know some of this may sound very woo-woo and, oh, she's a tree hugger and whatever, but I just want you to think for a moment, right? Close your eyes if you can do so safely, but just think. The one thing that is constant, that is so natural, that we tune out, is our breathing. But if you sit and you think about your breath and where your breath is coming from, how is it provided? Now, if your answer is the trees, nature, plants, you're absolutely right. So, if trees and plants and nature are substantial to us living, they're essential to us thriving. If they were all gone, then would we as humans be able to still function? No. If your answer is no, then would it be safe to say that we are not one with a tree? We can feel, if we're on the same wave, we can feel as it's feeling. And that's a tree. That's a inanimate object in our eyes, in the way that we perceive it. But a tree is a living thing. A tree produces. Even if it doesn't bear fruit, it still produces oxygen in order for us to live. That's what being one and the same is. That's what understanding is. Going a little bit deeper into the surface level and knowing and feeling and understanding that everything works in unison, in harmony, naturally. We don't need anyone telling us how to be harmonic. We don't need anyone teaching us that. It's something that's naturally in our essence. Just like how it's natural for a bird to build a nest, to take care of its eggs, its offspring, and find the food and be able to get that back into its seedlings safely and naturally. It's in their essence. Being together, inclusivity is natural. Separation is the illusion. Separation is what allows you to control something. If you separate something, or if something's too hard to tackle, how do you take care of it? Have you ever heard of the expression, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. You got to separate it. You have to separate it. And I would never eat an elephant, by the way. I love elephants. They are so wise, and they produce such beauty regardless of how you perceive it. But I love elephants, so please don't eat an elephant. But that's how you tackle tough situations. So the toughest situation, the toughest problem has been, how do we divide these people and keep them in separation and in anger and in fear? And it's been thought out for years and for decades. And they've almost mastered it. Almost. But Love is prevailing. People everywhere are coming together and they're realizing that this is a time to ascend. This is a time to move from the old habits and the old tendencies. And whoever is not behind it, then hey, that's it. And I'm not talking about people who are going out and destroying things, people that are falling into the intentional traps that are being set by the same people trying to keep us divided and angry. I'm talking about people who are sitting and just exercising their power, their power to love and be silent and be peaceful and not be set up. That is what I'm seeing. And that is what I love. And that is what being in this together really means. Have you ever thought, why are there 5 classes? Why are there 5 human races? I always thought, what do you mean there's 5 races? Like, what's your race? What do you mean? I'm not racing. I don't like to run. I'm not racing with nobody. I'm not trying to compete. What do you mean? It was classified. It was created by some doctor who was doing some experiments, and then it worked out a little bit better than they anticipated. So they ran with it and now are feeding it to us like it's natural. It's not natural. There's only one race, the human race. That's it. If you want to think in those terms. But it's time to stop that same thinking of, yeah, we're in this together and still being separate. It can't work that way anymore. That way is falling off. And it's time to catch the wave of inclusivity. And that doesn't mean you have to go out and be kumbaya with people, but just respect people. Respect people and respect yourself enough to know that there is nobody out there that is better than you, because we are all the same. You are the most perfect you. And nobody can be you. So live in that every day and wear it proudly. And then just share that same respect with others, whether they're aware of it or not. But even if 1% of the population started doing that, we would see change like that. Like that. It's going to happen anyway. It's going to happen. Things are changing because that's the one constant thing in this universe is change. But it's a matter of how are you going to experience that change. So I just wanted to share that with you all today. I hope you are having a wonderful day. I know where I am, people are out. I couldn't find a quiet space anywhere outside. There was no quiet space, or inside either. There was everywhere. People were everywhere. So I love that. Get out. Enjoy the sunshine. Enjoy the great weather we're having. Enjoy nature. And appreciate the oxygen. If it's just that. Even if you just sit down for 2 minutes and just breathe and just appreciate that process. The process that we take for granted every single day because it happens naturally. Live with gratitude. So, until next time, wealthy family, I hope you all have a wonderful, glorious day, right? Make it that way. Today is Friday. We're on countdown. We're on graduation countdown. I have the house decorated and everything. It's such a beautiful accomplishment of my son, and I am so super proud of him. So, until next time when we chat again, be aware, be vigilant, and choose love.